frequency distribution analysis of this dataset. By the end of this video, you will understand how raw data is transformed into a meaningful statistical summary. Let's get started. Okay, here we have our dataset, 77 data points arranged in a table. These numbers represent an individual observation, and at a glance, it's quite difficult to draw any conclusion from them. That's exactly why we use statistical tools to organize and summarize the data. From this dataset, we can extract some key descriptive statistics. The maximum value is 18.7 and the minimum value is 2. The total number of data points, or N, is 77. Okay, next, we calculate the range, which tells us how spread out the data is. The range is simple, the maximum minus and the minimum. Range 18.7 until 2. Now, to organize this data into a frequency table, we need to determine how many classes or groups to use. We apply Sturgeon's rule, which gives us with N 77, this gives us approximately 7 and 23, which we round off to 7 classes. Next, we'll calculate the class width or labor class by dividing the range by the number of classes, which we round up to 18. Up to 13. So let's look at the frequency distribution table itself. We have 7 each with a wide 13. Class 1, 2 until 14. Class 2, 15 until 27. Class T, 28 until 14. 24, 41, 41 until 15.3. Class 6, 16, 67 until 78, and class 7, 80 until 91 and 92. The sum of frequency is 77, which matches our total data count. The column labeled V represents the frequency, how many data points fall within each class. The column VR represents the real-life frequency, expressed as a percentage of the total. Now we have two more important columns, FK and FK. It is stand for the less than cumulative frequency. It accumulates frequencies from the bottom up. Starting for A, we add each class frequency. FK is the greater than cumulative frequency. Its column for the top down, starting at 77. And together, these two columns allow us to answer questions like how many data points fall below a certain value, or how many data points are above a certain threshold, which is extremely useful for further analysis. Looking the relative frequency, we can see the data is somewhat spread across all classes. The highest concentration is class 2, 15 until 27, with 23% of the data, followed by class 5, 54 until 66 with 17%. This suggests the distribution has a slight lean toward lower values, but remains very spread overall. This kind of analysis is the foundation for more advanced topics like histograms, measure of central tendency, and probability distribution. And that's it. We have successfully transformed a raw dataset into a structured frequency distribution table, complete with a class interval, frequency, relative frequency, and cumulative frequency. I hope the explanation was clear and helpful. Thanks for watching. See you next video.